Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on open chords, strumming, and fingerstyle patterns. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in. So I'll leave a link for that in the description. We're on page 21 and we have a new lead sheet. This is Danny Boy. Number R29 on page 21, Danny Boy, is in 4/4 time, and it has 3 pickup notes. So when I count this in, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then you'll hear the guitar playing the notes for "Oh Danny," and then you're in on the word "boy" on the G chord. When you're practicing these lead sheets that have lyrics, I really recommend singing along while you play them. Now, I'm not going to sing along in this video because this is just out of my range. You don't want to hear me do that. I'm going to play guitar instead. But even if you don't think you're going to play a song in public, it really helps to sing along in private when you're practicing. It makes you a more sensitive accompanist. It also helps you keep track of where you are in the song. These chords for Danny Boy could be played with strumming patterns or fingerstyle patterns. If you're using strumming patterns, I suggest maybe your newest strumming pattern from page 18, which is bass, strum, bass, strum. So that would be "Oh Danny Boy, 2, 3, the pipes are calling." And if you're going to use fingerstyle patterns, maybe use the new fingerstyle pattern in 4/4 on page 18. That would be PAMI. And that's what I'm going to use for this song. But just because I'm playing fingerstyle doesn't mean that you can't play it with a pick and strumming. So we have PAMI, that lasts for one measure. So that would be "Oh Danny Boy, 2, 3, 4, the pipes are calling." Now, just because you're using one particular pattern in a song doesn't mean you have to stick to that pattern through the song or that you have to use a pattern at all. As a matter of fact, there are a couple places in this song where I'm going to suggest just strumming and holding to highlight the end of a phrase or a high point in the music. For example, the last measure of the 4th line above where it says "but come ye," I'm just going to strum a G whole note there, and I'll show you how that works. I'm going to go to the beginning of the 4th line. It's going to be "G must go and I must bide, 2, 3, 4, but come ye back," and then you go back to your pattern at the beginning of the next line. So it'll be "but come ye back," and back to the pattern. And if you're strumming, of course, just use your pick to strum that. If you're playing fingerstyle, you could strum it, or you could just play all the notes at once with your fingers. I'm going to do the same thing, 3rd line from the bottom, last measure, with the D7. So I'm going to go to the beginning of that line so you can hear how that works. This is going to be on an E minor, and the valley's hushed and white with snow, 2, 3. Now I'm going to hold "'tis I'll be," and the next measure I go back to my pattern. And then at the very end, those last 2 measures, I'm going to play through the first measure of that G chord and then strum or pluck and hold the last measure. I'm going to be playing that fingerstyle pattern in the playthrough, but if you want, feel free to use the bass strum pattern. And again, if the song is too fast or too slow, you just want another tempo, play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. assignment is to practice Danny Boy on page 21. Play it with strumming patterns, fingerstyle patterns, or practice it with both. And work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video, or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. Practice this song until you're comfortable with it, maybe a week, maybe more, maybe less, and when you're ready, I'll see you on page 22 where we have a couple new lead sheets.